everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a happy December. Today I'm going to show you my 2018 December journal. I'm calling it a journal because it's not an everyday 1 through 25 type of album, which is more of a December daily. This is more of just stories created in December of 2018. And this is my first one ever where December is not combined with my 12 by 12 yearly family album. This is separate from that. I noticed that as the year ended, there was no room for December. And so I thought, okay, this would be nice. And plus I could bring them out on Christmas, put them in our family room, and you know, they have already been looked at so many times. And so that's kind of the purpose. So what I'm doing is I am putting our formal portraits that we take every year in our 12 by 12 family album for December, and then the December journal or December daily, whichever one goes with our lifestyle at the moment. That's gonna be more detailed. Okay, so anyways, I started to do it in 2018 because this was gonna be our last Christmas of us three. My husband, me, and my eldest, right before our little one came. And so I wanted to just document that. That would be very special for Mila to have, to see what Christmas looked like before her sister came along. For my first one, I was so intimidated by getting a separate album and the page protectors and oh my lord. So I was at a thrift store and I saw this book. I think I picked it up for $3. I mean, like, right? It's perfect. A Family Christmas? I mean, seriously? Could it not be a better title? The green is gorgeous. It's a little more warmer than it's showing up. The book is about the author's Christmas and also just so many Christmas things, and I will show you as we look through it. But anyways, and so I kind of went with a junk journal approach. I did take out some of the pages to put in some more space. Everything else is pretty much pasted on the pages themselves. So this is the first page. It says Family Christmas 2018. And I just put in that sequence, Christmas tree sequence for us three. There's some really thick thread, more for like quilting, I think. It's thicker than your normal thread that you would sew. And I made a tag and I just pasted this on. Now, I didn't know if I wanted to, basically you get a sponge and you put it on an ink pad, whichever color, and then you go through the edges, right? And it gives it a more vintagey look. I didn't do that because the type of paper of these pages are kind of glossy and it was smearing. So I learned a lot of things doing this journal of what to do, what not to do. So this is my why, which is lacking in embellishment. I think I wanted to get it done. And again, I just wrote here as to why I started doing a separate December album. Yeah, so here, Family Christmas. And then here, I think it's empty because I just printed out our family photos and I'm not sure if I want to add a photo of me and my girl. Just us, because I just think that just makes it more special as to the why, like it kind of goes, you know. And so this is where it begins, and right here it says A Family Christmas, and here my husband is putting on the Christmas lights. So the junk journal type of feel is basically what is in my stash is on these pages, okay? Anything that has to do with Christmas, and I actually didn't have a lot of Christmas crafty stuff to begin with. So that year, 2018, I went to Tuesday Morning and I bought all that I could find that I liked. That was really nice because a junk journal kind of really does have that scrappy feel to it, which is what I needed for the first one. It just relieved a lot of the pressure of having it so neat and tidy and well thought of. So this is from the Happy Planner. This is from Pink Fresh, and this is oh my goodness, I think Bo Bunny from years ago that I had in my stash. I know that's crepe paper, but I cannot think of the collection. So this is a story of the author's Christmas, like a Christmas that he remembered, and it's real precious, and so I decided to not take it out. And then over here we have our family Christmas before we went to Texas. We celebrated just us three, because we also bought her a really big gift that we couldn't take with us in the car. Here is a Heidi Swap labels that I used. And then this is Tuesday Morning. I want to say this is my mind's eye. It had gray and like a real dark red. And then this is Jen Hadfield. And then I put a little tag here to let me know there's a picture here. Christmas Customs and Crafts? Yes, okay. This says the Christmas tree. And so I left that there for it to be kind of like a title as to the pictures. Here we have all the different kind of Christmas trees, and I think the illustrations are just beautiful. Here's a picture of us putting lights on the Christmas tree, and my daughter's putting an ornament before bed. This is from Merry Days. It's like this. This is a Mambi seasonal clear sticker. And then here, another Christmas tree that is in our downtown. It's ginormous. And then the ornament we bought that year. Each year I buy a set of ornaments and we add them to our Christmas tree. And again, this is a Heidi Swap tags. It's supposed to be for gifts, but you know, you could just add it. This is wrapping paper, actual wrapping paper from one of our Christmas presents. So the story of this one is how ornaments came to be and decorations on the Christmas tree, like from way back then, from the 1800s. And I thought that was just wonderful to add and keep. So not only are you going to be looking through our photos as a family, but you have stories to read as well. Like, that's just precious. Okay, here we went to the tree farm, and this is a photo that we take every year. Actually, my sister, which is her aunt, started to take it, and then I started to remember to keep going. And so now she's past that. But isn't that her? That's her. It's so cute. And then that's our tag from our Christmas tree that you take up front. Sister, this was spontaneous. What a beautiful day in December, right? The sun and just absolutely gorgeous. So now this is the Christmas stocking. I wanted to add a photo here of our Christmas stockings, which I need to do. But anyway, here I journaled of why they are special to us. My sister gets one for us. They're like a collector's piece, you know? They are handmade, and we just, what we do with them and what we fill them with and how we open them and everything. And then here my daughter is opening them up. Sorry, I had to cover it up because she's a toddler. And anyway, so these were stickers I had from Hobby Lobby a long time ago. Real vintagey, Christmassy, and I want to say that's Bo Bunny, and they went really, really well. And here we have Toyland, so we're gonna go into like the gifts that we get her and what were her favorite. She had a tea set that her Nana gave her, and that is still played to this day. And again, just a whole bunch of stuff from Tuesday morning. And then I didn't want to cover up the text here because it says how toys came to be, especially like the teddy bear for Christmas, which is very, very interesting. This one has doll houses and how those came to be and how they were just real popular. I want to say this one in 1922 was for $75,000. That's ridiculous. So then my daughter here, again, with stuff that she got on Christmas. And then what we got her, we got her a kitchen set that year, which is now outside and is used as a mud kitchen, and it's been used more than ever. And so here we have Christmas cards. The postman with the children running. And this is what our Christmas card looked like this year. I made envelopes out of the left pages that I took out from this book. And this is our Christmas card. Just tuck that in there, and I can close it if I wanted to, or I can leave it like this and it'll be peeking out or something. Cute, cute. And then these are other Christmas cards that we got, and then how Christmas cards came to be. And more Christmas cards, Christmas cards, Christmas cards. And I really like the story of the whole post delivering Christmas cards and everything. It's really, really neat to read. And then this is called The Greeting of Christmas. So here I put Christmas decorations throughout the house. I took photos of that, and one of them of My favorite that year was this ribbon type on the Christmas tree. I've always wanted to do something like this on my Christmas tree, and I was thrilled when I found this type of banner. It says Joy to the World. And this is actually not Christmas related. I want to say I got this at Michael's in a pack a long time ago. It reminds me of a mirror that my mom had hanging in the house in the family living room. Here we have the Christmas tree and what it looks like that year. And then we have Santa Claus and how Santa Claus came to be, like the real Santa, the actual person, Saint Nicholas, who was real, and how he got famous, and then how it came to be the American Santa Claus and all of that. It's a really neat story. And I tell my little girl Santa Claus was actually a real person at one point, and I tell the story of him and kindness and everything. But anyway, so here we are at Chick-fil-A, and they had Santa Claus. Not Chick-fil-A. No, this is not Chick-fil-A. Zaxby's. Oh my gosh, y'all, if you haven't eaten at Zaxby's, you have got to go. It's not like Chick-fil-A. It's more of like a plate, like a chicken plate. She did not want to touch him, hug him, nothing, but she loved Mrs. Claus. It was just real cute. And I journaled about that, and then her Christmas list. And then here we have Christmas in the kitchen, and I wanted to put some photos of me cooking, but that didn't happen, but it's okay. Here we have a varvel dinner served like a varvel. So that is what a Christmas lunch looks like in my husband's home. And it was the first time for me that I had corn casserole, ham, sweet potato casserole. That was the first for me. I'm used to the green bean casserole and the turkey, of course, and the mashed potatoes. But I had never had sweet potato casserole and the corn casserole. Never had it, ever. Since it was about food, I decided to put our December date, which we went to this Italian restaurant called Tussi's, I think. And it was delicious, but the vibe was the oddest thing ever. Like, they had red lighting with red walls and red type of art. It was bizarro, but the food was amazing. It was so good. We do not regret going there, but we might just take it to go if we ever want it again. This is from Pink Fresh. I thought it was adorable, the two turtle doves. And then we have Christmas cookies. I didn't want to cover up these too much because I actually do want the recipe for some of these Christmas cookies. And here we have my daughter with some friends baking. No, they're not baking. They're decorating gingerbread cookies. Oh, and look, y'all. You see these little gingerbreads? These are Jolie from maybe 2003. It came with these little stars. Yeah. Aren't they adorable? I was able to use them. And then our neighbors brought us some molasses cookies and sang Christmas carols. So sweet. This was one of my mother's favorite Christmas cookies and is also one of mine. I kind of want to make these this year. And then that was just them singing some Christmas carols. And this is actually a tag from a Christmas present, and I decided to add a bell. I don't think I attached it the way it could be attached, but I just thought hearing that reminds me of Christmas. And then we have the legend of the Christmas rose, which I thought was so sweet since her middle name is Rose. And so she's like a little Christmas rose. Here we have a church die cut, which is perfect because she is singing Christmas carols at church party. Sounds of the Season, that's from Pink Fresh. It was perfect. And then there's the story of Miracle on 34th Street. And here I just put the parade that we went to, which kind of goes with, you know, Miracle on 34th Street. It kind of goes perfect. Lots of washi tape to use here. A few of my favorite things, I just put going to the Jinx parade, which was super spur of the moment. We were coming back from grocery shopping, I want to say, and we saw that they were doing a festival of lights is when they countdown, and they light up the whole downtown area. I didn't even know that was going on. And so we quickly dropped off our groceries and came back, and it was so much fun because she got to go on like a wagon sleigh ride, and she just loved it. And that was also the time she drank her first hot chocolate. And then we went caroling. We sang to the elderly at a nursing home, a few mom friends and their kiddos. We just went, and what a sweet, sweet time. And I want to say there's a movie with Brad Pitt based off of some of his stories. He is a World War II veteran. So that was really neat. Here we have the Christmas parade. My sister is in the parade in drumline. She teaches drumline. Super sweet. And then ice skating. This is one of my favorites. And I actually used crate papers bundled up. Have you all seen that collection? It is the sweetest. And I wish that I knew about it earlier so I could have gotten more of it, because it's just the sweetest vintagey, but without being too vintagey collection. So sweet. All I have is the 6x6 paper pad, and I had to add some snow and cocoa. I want to say that these stickers came from a friend. She just gave me a whole bunch of letter stickers, and I was able to use those. And I had to back them on some paper so that they can stand out a bit. And then we have movie night. I want to say it's Fancy Pants. And their paper is kind of textured but thinner, and kind of nice for junk journaling. It's not too thick. Watching her Christmas. And then this was the sweetest thing. So if y'all have followed me, you know that I have a hard time using these speech bubbles. I usually just cut them off. But this went kind of perfect because she literally said that, "Mama, can I hold your hand?" And I took a photo of it while we're watching movies. The sweetest. And then a photo of my husband and his childhood friends. We met up at Dairy Queen, of course. Here we have Christmas joy. We are now in Texas, and we are enjoying the lovely warm weather. If y'all notice, you see this little ring right here? I have a light, and that is what I bought on Black Friday. It had been on my list, but it was like $50. No way. But it was a Black Friday deal, and I think I got it for $14. I always get one thing from my stash that I want to use up, and these are Chamel's cork pieces from a long time ago collection, and I was able to use that cloud. So now we are on Christmas Eve. And this is a story of Special Christmas from Laura Ingalls. I didn't mind covering up too much. Here I have my sister. My daughter took a nap. She was pregnant at the time. My nieces with my sister's cats. We're kind of just chilling and just having some family time. There we are by the chimenea. That's my family and Nathan's family and my sisters and my nieces. Here we are on Christmas morning. Yes, I want to say from my side. And I just add that in there even though it's not Christmas because the Christmas day was getting kind of full. And so I had this space here. And here is "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." This was just a night that my sister was having a craving for Whataburger. And so we hopped in the car, all four of us, and we got her that Whataburger. And here we are, Christmas Day in the morning. And of course we wake up and my daughter can't wait. Like, she needs to have breakfast. You know, a toddler needs to have breakfast. They can't wait for Christmas lunch. She's eating a banana while my husband is reading The True Meaning of Christmas. And so then we open presents right after we do that. And she was passing out all the gifts. Really, really sweet. This came from an ephemera pack. I can't remember the collection. These clear stickers that you see are all from Mambi. That's a recent buy from Hobby Lobby, because I also finished this year, even though I started in 2018. And this is what I was talking to y'all about, that the Hobby Lobby foam stickers, I tried to peel it off, but it was getting a little too wrinkled for me and tearing. And so I was like, oh, it's okay, I'll just make it work. A few of her favorite gifts, which she got a bicycle that we can push, and she was into Pete the Cat at the time. And then my husband on the guitar that he got that year, and she got a little one too as well. So happy that he got that guitar. He needs to journal here what type of guitar that is, because I don't know the details of that. And then here is my Christmas gift that was special to me. When we went on that Christmas date, we stopped at a coffee shop and we got some pie and some chives, and they served it in this vintage pink cup, and I couldn't get over of how adorable it was. And then on Christmas Day, I opened up a gift for my husband, and behold, there's a whole set of those vintage pink Christmas mugs. I call them Christmas mugs, but we use them throughout the year. But they were so sweet, and he told me how he had to search for them on eBay, and he found the exact ones and everything, and that's just so special to me. That thought is real dear. And so then we have my daughter dressed up in her Christmas dress, and here was a story of a little girl during Christmas and her outlook on Christmas, I guess. But I just put here Mila at Christmas time, and I just thought it was sweet because this is so her. And so these photos are just of selfies, I guess you would say, of her that I put here. Here she is on a December morning reading to me. And then my sister took this photo here before December ended, I want to say. I used just little scraps of ribbon. That's why I buy thin ribbon to add them to the top for tabs. And then I also have a tab punch, and I use that as well, both a page flag and then some fabric that I would just staple for tabs on top as well. For this one, I thought it would be perfect for New Year's Eve, and so we did a party, and so I wrote that there. I've always wanted to do a New Year's Eve party. It was quite the learning lesson because you're tired from the December festivities and stuff, and so it was a lot of fun. But I don't know if I would host by myself again. I think I would do it like a group hosting thing, because I was exhausted before the party even started. And of course, tradition, I made buñuelos, which is like a fried flour tortilla with cinnamon and sugar. It's a Mexican dessert. And then my sister were playing games there. And then I also made tres leches for the first time ever, if you can believe that. And the fail of it, but how it still tasted really good. So that was funny. And so that is how it ends. That is my December junk journal. I learned that you cannot use any type of glue. For the rest of it, I started off trying to figure out what glue to use because I didn't want to wrinkle the pages. And this glue, y'all, it is Barely Art Precision Craft Glue, and they have a Facebook page. You just type in Barely Art on the search bar, and it is amazing. If this can come in a glue stick, I don't think I'm ever going to buy any other type of glue. If you're a crafter, a scrapper, yes, you need to try this out. The next thing was my photos. I did not like when I flip the pages, I don't want the edges to be popping out. I want them to lay flat. And so that I had to use real thin double-sided tape on the edges here so that they can stay flat and not pop off. And then another thing was when I junk journal, because it's not one collection, it does take me longer to lay out the pages with the ephemera and the embellishments. It takes me a while because I have to figure out what coordinates. And so 70% of me was like, Lori, that's not the point. The point of a junk journal is that you just, if you like it, you glue it and you stick it, you know? But then of how I scrap was like, no, it needs to coordinate perfectly. It needs to be the same shade of green and stuff like that. And so that was like a battle. All right, so anyways, yes, it's done, and now it's displayed on our family room for anyone to see if they wanted to, and for us to go through. I'm going to show you in my next video the album. Remember I bought that Christmas card album that I had to DIY a little bit? I'm going to show you how that turned out.